Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing so well today. This is Pterozactyl and I'm Zach. I'm a clairvoyant psychic and I share my gift to help bring out the best in yours. Guys, I am feeling so much better today. Maybe not 100%, but I feel like at least I am on Earth and I don't have a stuffy nose anymore. I do have a little bit of a dry throat, so bear with the sound of my voice. Okay, so guys, I haven't even chosen any piles today. We're going to do 3, and we're just going to take a look at whatever messages come through. Perhaps let's take a look at your current situation and then advice from your spirit guides. So let's get to picking the piles. We're going to do crystals today, so let's do that. Okay, pile 1. Pile 1 is going to be this Angel Aura Quartz. I'll give you guys a close-up at the end of my little spiel. Just wanted to pick these on camera today. Pile 2 is going to be this gold Apatite. Pile 3 is going to be Malachite. Okay, so if you guys feel drawn to any of these crystals, cool. This reading is totally for you. Otherwise, feel free to ground your energy, because when you ground your energy before choosing your pile, it gives us the best chance to link up in time and space. That way I can bring through accurate and useful information for you. So what does that look like? I like to, sometimes I make a cup of tea, I turn the lights down, play some meditative music, light a couple candles, take a couple deep breaths. That'll look a little different for each of us. Once your energy's grounded, choose between the piles, and I will meet you at your reading. Hey pile 1, welcome to your reading. I just drew your cards. We're going to work with a current situation, potentially. I always leave it up for interpretation because you never know. Maybe spirit doesn't like that idea. Maybe there's something even more useful to know, for example, like a prediction. But loosely this is going to be, and it looks really good. I just drew them. I haven't really looked into them, but at a glance, it looks very good for you guys. I'm just going to give myself a little cup of tea, get cozy. I'm not in any rush today. Okay, so I just, for everyone who chose Angel Aura Quartz, if I didn't already say that, for some reason, I'm picking up more. I hope it picks up on camera. I'm picking up on this gorgeous, iridescent purple blueberry color that's just on this one side. And so purple to me talks about the very upper chakras. Okay, so, but mostly like third eye, maybe a little crown, because it seems to be like ultraviolet purple. So perhaps that is your strongest chakra. at this time. In this next cycle, this is just a little glimpse into your energy. So right now, yeah, your third eye seems to be the strongest, and that really has to do with your communication with the astral realm, with ether, anything to do with spirituality or psychic ability, okay? So if you guys have been working on really getting grounded in your lower chakras, I think that could be why. So that could be the first confirmation coming through from spirit, is that you guys are being very grounded in your lower chakras. Before we get into these, I want to draw just a little tiny message. Let's just get one. Oh, you. Okay. Collecting. Curious. Let's keep that off to the side. Alrighty, so your cards, pile 1, we have the 10 of Pentacles, the Page of Wands, the 3 of Cups, the Chariot, and the 10 of Cups. Wow. 2 10s and 2 concepts that have to do with travel. And then we have friendship at the center of your reading. Okay, so what I feel like your spirit guides are communicating to you is that you can expect things to be very good this month of December. Okay, so I'm hearing loosely this could be a glimpse at the month ahead for you. Okay, because things seem to be very good financially and at least in your career. With the 10 of Pentacles, I feel like you guys are evolving somehow within the career. I'm going to be clearing my throat a lot. I've got such a dry throat today. I don't know what it is. Okay, so let me stay on track. 10 of Pentacles, it's certainly not the 5 of Pentacles. It's not the 6, 7, or 8. It's a little bit more evolved. Okay, so this talks about having a lot of financial security, so much so that you can give back to or plan for future generations. Okay, so I'm getting a concept that has to do with legacy. And maybe this legacy is just simply you guys have been struggling or learning how to build your financial wealth and security, or really developing one of your talents and abilities. The light is changing. Let me just check on camera. Okay, that's not that dramatic. So yeah, I feel like you guys are doing well with a talent of yours or in the career sector, okay? I think that things are looking up for you. And I think it's a result of you doing a lot of work, okay? I'm getting a very strong vibe that has to do with Saturn, like a lot of Saturn energy. Okay, so this first message from Spirit, let's get a little bit deeper. I just think that you guys... 12th house was surrender. Okay. That could be that first message I saw, because it did kind of come out in reverse. Not that I really take those. With that ultraviolet purple going on with the 12th house and surrender. What I'm seeing most, though, is this treasure chest in the middle. And that feels very relevant for pile 1. We have 2 angels on either side, and then behind those angels are roses, the color light pink, very spiritual. So perhaps you guys have a career in mind that has to do with spirituality or healing, okay, because healing is popping as well, right? Look at that spiritual development coming through too. So I feel like you guys, that upper chakra, that third eye of yours is very strong. And I think that some of you are healing ideas around security, pursuing a spiritual career. Okay, so I feel like some of you really do wish to, read tarot cards on the internet, give tarot card readings, give psychic readings, give Akashic record readings, teaching about spiritual things, something to do with this. That would be very blessed for you guys. And I feel like your guides are saying that this Saturn energy that I'm feeling has everything to do with lessons around security and finances and talents and career and building things kind of rather slowly but cumulatively, because we have collecting right here. So I feel like right now you guys have sort of been in this period where you've been healing. And I think you could be healing things to do with resources or finances, again, career, talent, or your health, literally your health. And I feel like you guys have been in this period where you've been doing a lot of work that's very slow and doesn't necessarily show instant results. But now we're experiencing a period where this increases. Because if we take a look at your whole spread, this is joy right here. This is great energy. So is the Chariot, but obviously, so is the Ten of Cups. And I only see positive cards. So I feel like right now, it's almost like, is the word karma? It is. There's the word karma right here. You guys have been accumulating very good karma, okay? So as a result of being kind of giving to other people, being in a positive state, taking care of your body, really healing your finances, or being in a very healthy relationship with your work, okay? So this is like a work-life balance that feels very good to you. This is pursuing a career that doesn't suck. This is not hating your job. Give me 2 seconds. I just have to turn off the water heater in my studio, or else, Okay, you guys. So yeah, healing anything to do with career and talents, finances, that's what your spirit guides want you to look forward to. And it feels like the reason I'm saying that is because I'm getting a Saturn vibe. This figure right here is Ulysses, and he talks to me about a journey, an epic journey. So one filled with lots of trials and tribulations and ups and downs and just a lot of lessons. And that's the reason that I'm getting this concept of let's look forward to more. We've been collecting for a while. It's time to experience a little bit of the flip side of that karma. Oh my goodness, you guys. Sorry for so many jump cuts. I was just interrupted again. And that's the energy that I'm feeling for you. I was like, do I just start this all over again? I know I entered very slowly. That's sometimes how it works. Anyways, this concept of just like roadblock and interruptions and ups and downs and trials and tribulations and all this just god dang annoyance. That's what you guys have been dealing with, because things are looking up from here. I don't feel like this is necessarily describing to me someone who has had it, a very high time in their life. Maybe it is for some of you, okay? We'll get deeper, but it just feels like there's all this Saturn energy, this karma, right? That's why the 12th house surrender was upside down. Something was blocked from you. It was your path, and it was your future, and it's what you were supposed to be doing with your life and your career. Like, what is your legacy? Where are you going? Like, are you going to be stopped by this? Is kind of a big karmic lesson. Okay, so the energy of Saturn and the energy of karma are really heavy in your reading, okay? And one thing, Saturn gets a pretty bad rap because it really does give us lessons, but if we go through them, if we surrender to the lessons and learn them, there are beautiful benefits as a result. And that's something that we lose sight of because of, the struggle and because of things feeling like they're not supported at times. And we have to keep a measure of practicality in this 3D dimension, So it makes sense for us to question things, but I think you guys have been developing faith, right? That's because the reason why I'm saying that is we have two angels here, and we have roses and surrender. And you know what's on the other side of these angels, which is faith to me? It is the treasure chest. And so it feels like the one thing you had to do, and the one major lesson that your spirit guides want to congratulate you on, is this lesson of healing faith and just being okay with things not moving forward very quickly. Being okay with a slow burn is coming through as well. Very beautiful first message that comes through. for you guys. Now, I also see the Page of Wands, and I'm picking up on this as actually being a person, okay? But I also see friendship too. So, your spirit guides, I think they want you to go on a little trip. If that's an invitation that comes through, just have a little bit of a heads up. Maybe some of you guys don't like to leave the home, but it would be very good for you guys to go on this little trip, this little venture that I see, some sort of invitation coming through with the Page of Wands. But also the Page of Wands, he's a little bit of the rebel child and has interest in life and exploration and going places. And I feel like even though you've been through all this Saturn energy with all of these lessons and setbacks and delays, I feel like you were collecting a lot of experiences, and what you didn't lose was your essence, right? I think that because things were blocked from you, they were literally blocked from you, is what I'm hearing. Your guides did it too. Your guides were blocking the treasure chest from you, okay? The dream, the goal, the desire, the money, the surprise, like the answers, all of that was blocked from you very intentionally, and it was very emotional for you this time period of your life. But it's because they needed you to learn this lesson about faith, because if you're moving in the energy of faith and trust, that is a very, very potent form of energy to work with. Instead of forcing all the time, you're able to take a pulse and sense when it's time to move and when it's time to pull back. And I think that as a result, your destiny is being revealed to you, okay? It was fated for you to go through this event, and things are looking up for sure. Now, I know I already did this once, but I need to check the light again, you guys. Okay, we're good. It's it's so confusing because I'm a photographer. Video is not really my thing. And I'm looking at the set get brighter and brighter as the sun rises. And if I was doing photography, I definitely would have had to change my settings, but the video for some reason is like fine. I don't know, whatever. Okay, so Page of Wands, let's pick up on this. I'm getting this concept of a person. So let's go ahead and reach into that. Okay, so Spirit, this Page of Wands, can I know a little bit about them? Okay, let's get some cards. Fall. Okay, you guys could have just met this person, okay? Or falling for each other. This requires patience. Yeah, this seems to be like so much of your reading. So if there is someone that you met this fall, okay, think about someone this late summer, early winter, fall period of your life, and you have a strong connection to them. There's chemistry, it's romantic. It could just be a crush, that's totally fine, but there's something that's definitely there. You may have even dreamed about this person. Okay, they could be a fire sign as well, and you're very attracted to them. And you sense, though, there's a little bit of a deeper connection there. It hasn't taken shape yet, and it definitely requires patience at this time. So keep focusing on yourself, keep focusing on your path, on your journey. Spirit wanted to bring this up because I think that this person and you are going to cross paths in the future. Okay, so that was a good message. You know what? Let's just, go a little bit deeper. You? Free yourself. It's time to take control of your life, okay? Take back control of your life. I love this unicorn, you guys, coming out in your reading. Oh my god, there's a little tiny, what is this? It's a kitten nail. This unicorn, I love it. Okay, so I think you are in a period of your life where you are growing and expanding, okay? And what we want to draw attention to is the fact that you haven't lost yourself. You haven't lost the essence of who you are, despite all of these setbacks. Some of you could have gone through the death of an ego. Some of you are coming outside on the other side of the dark night of a soul. Some of you are coming out of your Saturn return. And this period where you were learning really strong Saturn karmic lessons, it's time to spread your wings, okay? I'm getting a slightly different interpretation for this card than I usually do. It's almost like it's okay now. Like, it's okay. I just keep wanting to say that to pile one. It's okay. Kind of like let all of that crud of Saturn roll off you like water off a duck's back, right? Because if you have learned those lessons, and if you really are a different person than who you were 3 years ago, or even 3 months ago, if you're a different person than then and you know that to be sure, allow yourself to experience the blessings that are coming as a result. It is a result of having collected a lot of really good karma. Okay, so I feel like if there are inspiring invitations, right, that's the energy of the Page of Wands, or if just inspiration strikes, and it's not necessarily, I feel like usually you guys would let that idea go down on a piece of paper and try not to overburden yourself, but what I'm hearing now is like, go with it. Go with that inspiration. See where it leads you. You're not in that energy anymore, is what I just keep wanting to say. I see Saturn just closing that book, and it's coming through as moving on to someone else, right? There's a concept of ending a cycle. And this has to do with hard work. Slow and steady wins the race. Lots of Capricorn energy. So to me, that talks about building your wealth, reputation, career, or health in general. Okay, so some journey along those lines has really tested your limits. And, you know, I'm not going to pretend to know the answer to the why. It was important though, right? It's useful at the very least. You could extract a lot from that set of experiences, but now you're in this abundant period, right? We have all of these grapes, which talk about prosperity. We have a cornucopia on the ground, more grapes. We have a rainbow, and we have a full field of wildflowers with you at the center. So you are now I feel like it actually does take a little bit of a push for pile one. We just want you to keep going. Keep going. And keep doing what you have been doing. All those lessons that you've been applying, they're now going to produce results. I feel like you have been plowing earth for a really long time and planting seeds and tending those plants for a really long time. All of that was starting underground. Okay, the soil had to be the right consistency, the right nutrients. The roots had to be set down before the seed could, start rising up and emerge. And it took a long time where it felt like you guys were walking in the dark and seeing nothing at all for your struggles. But as a result, there are roots, and we are going to start seeing things come through the surface. I just want you to keep going, right? The most important message right now is to keep going while letting all of that Saturn lesson and all of that karma just kind of forget about it, right? By forget about it, I don't want you to forget the lessons you learned. I just want you to let go of the energy associated with things not moving and things not breaking through the surface, okay? Because I don't want you to become jaded, right? That's what I'm getting with the energy of this free yourself. I just don't want you to be jaded. Let go of all the crud of things moving so slowly and setbacks and not feeling energetically supported. Let that all go and keep moving forward, because you finished that lesson. And as a result, let's have the benefit of the lessons that Saturn has been giving us, okay? Because sometimes if we get jaded, what we do is we block that energy. That's supposed to be the flip side of hard work, is success. And sometimes being in that process, we can get a little curmudgeonly and just, be a little pessimistic. I don't want that. There's a whole emphasis about keeping your vibration really high because you're going somewhere new. And I just want you to let go of all that crud, right? Is how it keeps coming through. It feels like a little bit the most important message. So keep moving forward. The flowers are breaking through the surface. You're going to slowly start seeing results, okay? And you're going to feel like things are supported energetically, okay? No more are you going to be walking around in the dark, okay? I feel like the sun is coming out for you, and there is this period ahead of you where it's just going to be a little bit easier, okay? And it's supposed to be that way. I just don't want you to delay results by being in an energy of just like grouchy, curmudgeonly, kind of a little bit cursing the fact that things were not working in your favor, because they absolutely are going to. Start improving for you. Okay, so 3 of Cups, keep your energy high. Lots to celebrate, okay? It could be right now, it could be in the coming days. The fruit of your labor, okay? This is the fruit of your labor coming through. So friendship for some of you, so keep an eye out for that. The Chariot says moving into exciting new chapters of your life, okay? New beginnings with a lot more self-confidence. And there is a lot to celebrate emotionally and on the home front as well. You can expect things at home to be harmonious. Just things are just going to feel good, okay? And I don't know if any of you guys also celebrate Christmas, but that's a little bit this energy too. Things just feel happy, abundant, good, clean, fresh, and that main message of moving from Saturn is coming to an end. Let's go ahead and draw some earth magic for you guys. Actually, what I'm going to do before, I want to draw an animal spirit guide. Okay, Spirit, so there is an animal spirit guide who has a message for pile 1. Who is that? You have the bat with rebirth. I love that. Okay, so it talks about everything we've been talking about. A shaman goes out into the wild wilderness, digs a hole, and buries himself in that hole overnight with no weapons, nothing, and it's expected to sleep in that hole, you know, in the middle of a rainforest or some, you know, alpine tundra where there are animals and predators, and he has to have faith that he's not going to be eaten, that he's not going to die. And going through that struggle, that hard energy, he is reborn the next day, and that's when he becomes a shaman. And that is what you're experiencing. Pile number 1 is a spiritual rebirth, and you're entering a period of harmony. 4 and 2 is 6. It's the number of harmony, and there's harmony expressed in the 10 of Cups as well. And I think you guys, you know, a little bit, you need this. So I'd love to see the bat for you guys. Okay, Spirit, what else do we have? I feel like 1 on the bottom and 1 on the top. You have autumnal equinox, another message about fall. Crystals with focus. River with movement, ebbs and flow with ocean. That makes sense too. And I kind of placed them like this. All the water right here, which makes sense because we had that was surrender. Okay, and there's something about moving with the currents of life, sensing when energy ebbs and flow, when you need to push ahead and when you don't need to. And that message of recognizing when you don't need to is the message of faith. And so I feel like you guys have kind of really been in an ebb, or things were like trickling. It was just like a small stream as far as your journey with health, fitness, career, finances, talents, anything to do with those sectors of your life. They've just been like a trickle, but there's movement now, okay? You just came around the river bend. You've been, you know, a little bit overwhelmed with that play of just like ebb and flow, tit for tat. You get a little win, then there's a loss that seems at least as big, if not bigger. And then you get another little tiny win, but then there's a loss, there's another setback. And you're developing that ability to keep going regardless and not letting that take from you emotionally and energetically. There's a lot of cleansing energy too. And there are 3 emphases on kind of the sunrise, right? And we have that sunrise illustrated by the high vibe of the 3 of Cups and the rainbow and the open gestures of the 10 of Cups as well. So things are looking up for pile 1. We're releasing all of those. This is actually kind of the metaphor I was searching for earlier. Think of kind of you guys being this tree and growing all these leaves throughout the year. And maybe it was a year that was kind of devoid of water, right? And you still needed to grow those leaves so that you could collect chlorophyll and store them in your roots to make it through the winter. And right now, I want you to just like let go of all those leaves, okay? And to allow yourself to kind of just let them go, right? I just see you shaking off all the leaves, all of this kind of slow energy, because you're going to experience more, okay? With crystals and focus, I'm getting the idea of magic right here. If you're people who like to work with crystals, consider going to a crystal shop and seeing which one calls to you. I think that could be very helpful to you. And go in without necessarily researching those crystals is what I'm hearing, and just go home with that one that you see, can afford, and really like, and then research it. Maybe even sit with it for a little bit and see what it wants to tell you or how it wants to work with you. With crystals and focus, I feel like this is that energy that I was sensing. Like, you're no more in the energy of Saturn, so learning lessons regardless of progress. I'm hearing now that the universe wants to help grease the wheels for you. This little magic that I'm seeing is like those efforts that in the past would produce basically nothing are going to produce results now. Right? You just had to get through this chunk of your life, okay, to experience what feels like to be a much brighter next cycle of your life, okay? Beautiful. All right. I think that that's it. Pile 1. I really hope you liked this reading. Thank you for spending a little bit of your time with me. I do book private clients, so if you would like a private psychic reading, or if you'd like to book a tarot reading like this kind of video, you can go ahead and find the link in my description box or the pinned comment. And I hope you have a great rest of your day or night, wherever you are in the world. And until next time, stay divine. Hey, Pile 2, welcome to your reading. Everyone who chose the gold apatite, so beautiful. Wow, it's really, I hope it picks up on camera. It's really reflecting in this light. I love this crystal. It seems so understated, but the longer you stare at it, the cooler it seems. Very interesting. Okay, so also I'm picking up on the fact that there's so much gold in your reading. Very curious. The primary color for Pile 1 was purple. Yours seems to be an emphasis on yellow, so your solar plexus. Okay, so self-confidence, confidence in the self. And that seems to be a big message from your spirit guides. So your 5 tarot cards are the Knight of Wands, the Fool, Strength, Justice, and the 4 of Pentacles. Cool, let's unpack this. Knight of Wands. I feel like you guys are experiencing a little bit more strength in your body and in your energy. I just feel like you guys feel a bit stronger these days, or this is a prediction. Okay, I'll let you guys, we'll leave that up to you since this is a general reading, but you have more libido, you have more creativity, you have a lot more passion for life. Don't push it, is what just came through very quickly. So recognize this though. I feel like you guys could give this attention, but I don't want you to move forward with too much zeal. Okay, what is this message? It feels like it needs attention though. Like, give this a little bit of recognition that you have more energy, that you have more passion, willpower, drive, okay? Maybe you haven't really had that for a while, but you do now, or you can look forward to that. I just forgot, I want to draw a little bit. I just want to draw one message and leave it off to the side like I did for Pile 1. Yours is fun, with a big old period. It's fun, period. Okay, so let's leave that there. Okay, back to your reading. So the Knight of Wands, it could also be a person, you guys, but I feel like this is you. You seem to have grown some. You seem to have evolved a little bit, right? You're on a huge horse, and I just feel like you're about to embark. You're going somewhere potentially new, starting a new cycle. Okay, 3 major arcana cards is just coming to my awareness right now. Very interesting. So this Knight of Wands, I'm very curious, like, where are you going? Let's draw 1 card for them. And it could be a person. We'll look at that too. So Spirit, who's this Knight of Wands? This energy, can we have a little bit more for pile 2? I hope I said pile 2. 10th house with reputation, yeah. So what's popping for me is this concept of like you getting a little bit more attention for the work you're doing, okay? Or something to do with competency and purpose. I just feel like you guys have like this energy to look forward to, and it's starting to be there now, and we just want to give it attention. Recognize that and the timeline is going to be a little bit different for you. Maybe 10 months ago, 10 years ago, 10 days ago, you felt some type of way, but you are in a new energy now. You have a lot more of it, at least, at your disposal. And use this kind of, this zeal and allow that to be intertwined into everything you do. The people you talk to, the food you cook, the work you do, the way you express yourself, the way you dress, things of that nature. But again, there's this message that comes through as well. It's like, try not to overdo it because we don't want it to burn out, right? But there is some new energy for you to get used to and to work with. That's the first one. That's the first message that's coming through. So the Fool is really lighthearted energy. Keep it light, keep it flirty. New beginnings coming through for pile. Let's, pile 2, let's draw 1 card for that too. With the Strength card, I always like to say this. If you have a grandmother in spirit, this is a hello from them. Spirit, what is this Fool? Influence. Okay, so there's definitely a love lens that we want to take a look at. Very curious. With Seth the snake right there, the silver tongue, something seducing you. It could be a person, and I really strongly get that too. Let's do this. I'm feeling energetically that these messages are separate, okay? So this message about love, there could be someone from your work coming through or someone in your sector, okay, is also coming through, wants to make a connection with you. There's a deepening of a connection. I get almost soulmate vibes, okay, because I look at this Fool as like a wanderer or the essence of your spirit. There's lust on this side and there's lust on this side. And there's snake, Seth the snake right here with influence talking about lust to me, okay? So this is a lust for life. Like I said, this is the energy and zeal you guys have been looking for. Spirit wants to bring to your awareness a fun relationship, okay? It doesn't feel like a friendship. It does feel romantic. It also just feels like your connection with yourself and what you do, okay? It feels like you have this creative ability at your disposal in your career. You're able to tap into something you haven't tapped into in a very long time. You're not jaded anymore. You feel really good. You feel like you're in this new energy. It's the Fool. You're starting something new. It could be even a new job that some of you have to look forward to. But what I feel like is that you're beginning to receive notoriety, okay? Because this talks about career and all that jazz, but it's specifically reputation, okay? And so with reputation and notoriety, I feel like it's more of the concept of being recognized for what you do. And your spirit guides want you to have fun with this new energy. It's time for you guys to be in this role. Maybe learning how to step into more of a leadership role for some of you guys, okay? And you've had a lot of strength of character to develop in your life. Is a message that's coming through. Draw upon that well of strength, okay? As you embark on this new journey, you guys are doing something, going somewhere new. Spirit, can I have a little bit of a tap into this, please? 6 of Pentacles, that makes sense. The High Priestess, Knight of Wands again, okay? So I feel like there is an aspect of giving and receiving with the 6 of Pentacles, okay? So I think you guys have been sharing your energy with a lot of people, And it's time to give that to yourself, okay? We want to make sure that you use this energy for you. That was that message of like, don't burst forward and let all this drain. It's actually more reserve some for yourself. Rather, give it all to yourself first. And if there's some left over, that's what you give to other people. Okay. So with the Fool and Strength, the beginning, that's going to require you to draw from a well of experience, okay? And require you to go the whole distance is also coming through. There's a message of not burning out. There's a message of also just being gentle in your approach, okay? This wise woman right here, she's not clamping the maw of the lion down. She's being very gentle, right? Because he's licking her, so she's obviously not being aggressive. And the snake, Seth the snake, is a smooth talker. So I feel like the energy we want to relay to you and illustrate this is coming from your spirit guides is allow yourself to be gentle and to kind of wear this new energy and get used to it, right? You worked hard for it is what's coming up. If you don't feel like you worked hard for it, it's here regardless. And we want to shine a little bit of light on you. Because there's so much emphasis on gold in your reading. You got the sunlight, you're on center stage. Okay, this Knight of Wands attracts a lot of attention to themselves, and there are 4 spotlights on you, okay? I'm also seeing 2 empty chairs, and I feel like maybe there are 2 people who are supposed to be in those chairs. One of them is very obviously you. The other one I think is a partner. Let's get a little bit more information about this. Spirit, can we have a confirmation one way or another? Do we want to take on a little bit of a love lens for pile 2? It feels like you. Honeymoon, enjoying the bliss of holiday time together. Yeah, the emphasis of the angel in this gondola and a couple again, okay? And the strength figure to me always represents a spirit guide or a grandmother figure who has passed. I feel like there is an angelic presence in your life right now who's guiding some sort of connection, some sort of relationship that you're meant to experience. Some of you want your other half. Some of you are experiencing just an increase of libido in your sex life, okay, with your current partner. Can I have a little bit for singles, though, Spirit? It could be a classmate. Yeah, that was that message about someone in your career field. Sorry, guys, I'm still a little bit recovering from that. Oh my God, 2-week long cold. My God. And hey, maybe that's kind of a message for you guys too, especially if you felt like you were in a little bit of stale energy. This is the exact opposite of stale energy. It feels fresh and vibrant and passionate and colorful. This is what you can look forward to. But this person, I think they're a classmate. It could be interesting. It could be from when you were in high school or all the way through college, or this is a person you work with regularly, or someone you see at the gym regularly. Can I get a little bit more for this person? There's a strong emphasis on either a message from someone or an individual, something moving forward. Okay, can I get more for pile? You must be willing to be the fool. How synchronistic is that? Wow. Okay. Very, very curious. You must be willing to be the fool talks to me about taking risks and, going some places that you don't know. Okay. So, interesting. Let's get one more. Wearing your heart on your sleeve is another message. You also must be willing to make a fool of yourself, is what I just heard. Tell me that you still got that flame for me. Could be a blast from the past, you guys. One more card. You? Seeing you would make it worse. That doesn't feel like the energy I'm talking about. That's it. That's it for those cards. Okay, so could be a blast from the past. Okay. Fun. The Knight of Wands, it's a one-night stand, to be honest, especially paired next to the Fool. However, there is a deeper message here, you guys, about love, especially because I'm seeing two thrones there, and this with influence. Another trail of messages is coming through is to just not take any relationships at this time in your life seriously. I know that sounds completely opposite, but it is another energy that I'm feeling, and there are multiple people watching this reading. So what I'm getting with, you must be willing to be the Fool, especially with influence right here in Seth the Snake and the Fool. With our rebel child, the Knight of Wands, one night stands, a person not meant to stand the test of time, but definitely supposed to spark a flame with you. There are people who come into our lives from time to time who just breathe us back to life. I'm hearing that Taylor Swift song, High Infidelity. Do I really have to tell you, what is it? Do you really want to know where I was April 29th? Do I really have to tell you how he brought me back to life? That's what I'm hearing, and that's a message for you guys as well. Taylor Swift being represented by the snake too. I love to see that synchronicity. And so I feel like you guys, we could be experiencing a lot, right? Whatever this is, it's a lot. It feels like a lot in career, and it feels like a lot in love life too. And this is needed, right? You have justice here. I feel like this is karma at work. This is the law of the universe working with you to show you the flip side of some lesson in your life. That seems to be a common theme in this reading today. We want to experience the flip side, right? We are seeing the sunny side of reality, of existence, of living in this life. Make sure your vibration is very pure at this time. Make sure your vibration is balanced as well. We don't want to topple the apple cart. Something to do with keeping yourself up, right? Keeping yourself neutrally buoyant, right? We just want to make sure that you're able to go through all these opportunities and increases in energy that I see coming through. Justice here, justice will be served. So what I'm feeling like is that we're closing one door and opening another, okay? This next chapter of our life, as far as career and finances go, let's not spend too much at this time, okay? Because you're accumulating your wealth right now. It's going to take time, but it will add up over time. Okay. And watch that clock. I just heard overtime, and I kept saying burnout earlier. So there is a little bit of a message there about making sure that we don't burn out. Okay. And if some of you feel like this really does have to do with love, make sure we're not going through too many of these hookups, because you could get sick. You could catch a cold. There are other things you could catch too. So just be safe. I don't know why that came through, but hello. Let's move forward. I'm going to draw an animal spirit guide, and I'm going to draw some earth magic as well. Okay, so spirit. For pile 2, there is an animal spirit guide who would like to speak to pile 2. Who are they? Pile 2, please. You have the owl with deception. Very curious. You also had influence right here. Okay, so if there are any offers that have to do with your job or work, just make sure you're very aware of them, okay? But the owl doesn't always talk about negative things going on. Athena uses the owl for a source of wisdom, because the owl can see things that are unseen. It can see in the dark. It can show you your blind sides. And because we had "you must be willing to be the Fool" come out, it tells me that the energy of the Fool is important. You also have fun and the Knight of Wands. So the message from the owl is not necessarily someone is going to deceive you in the workplace. or there is gossip or anything around you. What I'm hearing is that the owl wants to work with you to show you wisdom, to show you what you can't see right now. It could be your power inside of you, okay? It could be some calling as well. It could be where you're supposed to make your mark on the world as well. I'm hearing that this is a positive message. This owl is going to reveal something to you, the spirit of owl. There's wisdom to be gained. The owl is falling underneath the wise white woman, okay? So we're learning things that are going to help facilitate our path forward. The energy of being very optimistic is going to be super useful for you. It's going to help grease the wheels of whatever each one of you is experiencing energetically right now. Let's move forward with some earth magic. Okay, so for pile 2, please. Cave with sanctuary. Island with solitude. 2 emphasis on this side with darkness and unknown and solitude and quietness. Okay, can I have 2 more, please? Eagle with communion. That's very synchronistic. And 1 more, please. Full moon with completion. Those cards are so similar. Look how dark everything is, you guys. Okay? And I don't want this to frighten you, because look at the tarot cards. Those are setting the tone of your reading. We're experiencing, oh my God, that's so interesting. Because if you think about it, the owl represents darkness too, and the unseen. So what we have right here is night, and we have day. Because I said we're experiencing the flip side, and this is all light. You also chose gold apatite. So we literally have sunlight and moonlight, quite literally right here. Very interesting. So the undercurrent of all of this energy is coming. Did I just bump the camera? Oh God, I totally did. Sorry about that, guys. The undercurrent is that we're moving out of the cave. Okay, we're leaving a period of solitude and we're expanding. Some cycle is ending with the full moon and completion. And now it's time to have fun, okay? Keep your energy up. Allow yourself to go forward in life with interest and intrigue. And I just feel like you're going to feel good. And I know that sounds like a little simple, but it's the message that's coming through. You're going to just feel good about life and where you're going and what you're doing. The people you meet are going to seem interesting to you. You're going to feel more energetic than usual. You're going to feel stronger than usual, and a lot more self-confidence is coming on board. I feel like you're leveling up, and I feel like you're leaving behind a shadow aspect of yourself that you digested, and it's time to glow up, right? You're experiencing a glow up. You're moving through a bigger period of your life where you feel a lot more attractive, abundant, and prosperous, okay? And this is coming from the inside. I think you guys are leaving behind the dark night of a soul. Some of you are leaving behind a kind of a rough spiritual awakening too. The fact that you have eagle with communion right next to the full moon, right next to the owl, that's a really important message, okay? I think your spirit guides want to tell you something, and they want to tell you to have more fun and to not take life so seriously. That's the message with the Fool. The Fool says, life is like a box of chocolates. You're never going to know what you get. But, take that a little bit further. You could throw away that box of chocolates and never have chocolate again. But in my scenario, you guys love chocolate, okay? So you take a bite of chocolate and it seems to be caramel filled, delicious. The next one's raspberry filled, delicious. The next one's got peanuts. Ew. Okay, but the next one after that has chocolate ganache, and that's pretty okay. You have to be willing to be the fool and to take steps and directions, take risks, experiment, okay? Your spirit guides are coming through really strong. They want you to experiment at this time in your life, or be able to have an experimental approach to your life. If you guys are still here, give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. That feels like the message that your spirit guides want to relay. Your approach to life is changing. Be experimental, but keep that in check, right? That's that first message. Keep your energy in check. Don't overdo it right now. The emphasis is actually on kind of security and stability, because you're coming out of the darkness, and I don't want you to run because you could blind yourself, right? You're slowly coming out of the cave. There's information that's coming to light. Make time to speak with your spirit guides, okay? It's just whenever you feel like they're close. Some people feel like they can communicate better around the full moon. If that's you, go ahead and do that. But I'm just hearing in general, make time to be quiet and to ask them, hey, what's up? Am I missing something? Or, ask your higher self, like, what can you show me? Some of you should just call on the owl and say, hey, I respect that you see things that I don't. What wisdom am I missing and could benefit from at this time in my life? All right, love to see this energy that your spirit guides wanted to share with you, pile 2. Again, if you've made it this far into the video, please give this a thumbs up. It helps me go so far in the land of YouTube. And of course, I do private psychic readings. You can book yours below, or you can book a tarot reading like this in video, audio, or text format. All that information is down below. I hope you have a great rest of your day or night, wherever you are in the world, and until next time, stay divine. Hey, pile 3, welcome to your reading, everyone who chose the Malachite. So, let's take a look at your cards, you guys. You have the 2 of Swords, the Sun, the 7 of Pentacles, the Magician, and the High Priestess. First thing I'm picking up on is the fact that the 2 of Swords is the lower Arcana version of the High Priestess. So to emphasis on either psychic ability or secrets or answers that lie within. And indeed, if I take a look from left to right, there's something that you're confused about or not seeing or don't know, maybe doubting something, that's coming to light. We have the Sun, which to me talks about you getting this information. The Sun talks about self-awareness. It also talks about increased vitality and energy and optimism. I love to see us going from the tiniest little sliver of a sickle moon to a huge sun that takes up almost half the cards, as well as being populated by multiple sunflowers. So some period of darkness is coming to an end. Some period of self-doubt is coming through. Some period of confusion. Anxiety comes through as well. It's also a period for some of you of just not knowing which one to choose. Indecision is coming through. Let me just check the camera real quick. The sun came out hot, literally. And I wanted to make sure that it wasn't overexposed. Okay, so this message of loss, don't know what to do, don't know how to make a decision, don't know how to make a move, that's ending. That's the big message that your spirit guides want you to become aware of, okay? So I really think that this answer lies within, because we have the High Priestess. And what I love to see here is that our figure is far away with a tiny sickle moon, the moon representing secrets, right? Because the only way the moon ever emits any sort of light, it comes from the sun, okay? It does not emit its own light. And so with the sun out in your reading, and now that tiny sickle moon laying large at the feet of the High Priestess, which is you, I feel like that truth is coming to light. So if there's something you've just really needed information about, something you just really needed to know, that is coming to the surface, and your spirit guides just wanted to give you guys a little bit of a heads up about that. So let's go a little deeper with this 2 of Swords. Let's see if I can help clarify that for you guys. Oh gosh, how dare you mess up my set. Just give me a second, you guys. I think I've already hit the nail on the head, but it's fun to cause some synchronicity if we can. Okay, so Spirit, is there anything else you could shed light on for pile 3? No. Okay. For some reason, I'm getting a no with this deck, and I'm just going to let that be. Okay, we'll move forward. So the sun, you're feeling good. You're feeling brighter. You're feeling confident. You have kind of like the weight of the world off your shoulders, and you have a good connection to your childlike wonder of the world. This is a beginner's mindset. And I think that you needed this refresh. It feels a little bit like a refresh because things in your health sector, career sector, or financial sector are going to be a little bit slow growing. However, there is a lot that is already to be appreciated here. We have a lot of pentacles on these grape leaves, which are supposed to represent abundance or success or just like material goods, material things, a material manifestation of what you've been growing. And I also love to see all the sunflowers peeking above the wall. Okay, so there's a huge emphasis between, well, there's a lot of flowers here and lots of pomegranates. Abundance is on the future. It's in the cards for you guys, okay? I think you've been in a period where you felt a little bit like a stalemate, right? You had one voice coming through, which was your intuition, and a second voice coming through, which was logic. And you have been at this crossroads between the two of them, trying to tune into your spiritual side, trying to listen to your intuitive compass, trying to let that one be the one that lets you move forward and helps you navigate your path. And I think that that was a little bit of a struggle for you. You're getting to the end of that. What's very curious is that you guys chose Malachite, and as I tuned into your crystal before I drew your cards, I just felt like a lot of compassion and just pure love. I didn't get that at all for pile 1 or 2. It doesn't mean I don't love them, but that was very apparent for you guys, was love and compassion. And I feel like what's most intriguing to me is that this is talking to me about your heart chakra, and we're getting an expansion of compassion. If we take a look at the cards right here, the hands are crossed over the chest, over the heart. The heart is blocked. And if we take a look right here, suddenly we're no longer cloaked in gray from head to toe with our eyes covered, but we're naked with the arms open, right? So it feels like there's a huge expansion of love and of optimism and of health and vitality, especially things to do with compassion too. I am getting that it's compassion for the self as well. So that 7 of Pentacles moment, let's take a look at this. I think it has something to do with your career. I think it has something to do with what you've been growing in the business sector, okay? There are definitely things to appreciate. You also have the Magician on your side, right? I love to see this masculine and feminine counterpart. I look at the High Priestess kind of like the feminine version of the Magician. Ooh, you have the Chariot. There is absolutely movement in your future, okay, you guys? I think you're embarking somewhere on this career path, and you guys, you were just questioning it. That's all. You were questioning it for a little bit, and that's normal. You were doubting it. And what I love to see is that Spirit is showing me the emphasis on you tuning into intuitive messages and spiritual hits and the logical side. So you have a foothold in each. You have, oh my God, it's so literal right here. You have a foothold in the material realm, which is represented by the Magician. And you have a foothold in the spiritual realm, which is represented by the High Priestess. We have that underscored by the 2 of Swords right there, where you're trying to keep, look, both feet are peeking out from underneath the dress right here. Usually we just get 1 foot, but you have both feet out, both feet planted firmly on the ground. So you guys are leveling up, and you're opening and speaking and experiencing your life through the portal of your heart. This is a beautiful message. So I see expansion, development of spiritual abilities, because we have the emphasis on 2 High Priestesses. I think that perhaps things were moving slow. They're not anymore. Things are going to be moving much more quickly. You have a strong increase in your ability to manifest at this time. This is being confirmed by the sun and the chariot, okay? The chariot, things are moving in an exciting direction. You have self-confidence again. You want to know what's around the river bend. You want to know what the future holds. You like that you don't know, and you like that it's filled with possibility and potential. We're leaving behind kind of a stale energy. The stalemate energy is what I'm picking up on, okay? So yeah, things were moving slow. They're not going to be moving slow. Love to see 2 sevens as well. 7, 7, very spiritual numbers, okay? 7 represents to me divine knowledge or occult knowledge. And what do we have right here to illustrate that perfect concept? All the answers lie within with this scroll right here, okay? So any secrets to do with your life path, any secrets to do with career, talents, any secrets or truths that have been holding you back in life are coming to light. You are knowing them. Okay, what's coming through I just heard is claircognizance, right? Claire, I love to see that emphasis with the sun too and the magician. You are calling down information that you desire to know. Okay, so something in the past, some approach to life, some approach to your life path in general, like the way you navigate life. You had been, sorry you guys, trying not to stop this channel. You had been in a period of your life where you just didn't know how to make a move, where to go next, what things were supposed to look like, what's right, what's wrong, what's intuition, what's insecurity, what's fear, what's the message from my spirit guide. And you had to just kind of like figure out and navigate all of that. And what I feel like is you're leaving behind that kind of like messy period of your life and moving towards confidence in this direction that you're going in. I love to see that. Give me 2 seconds, you guys. I've got to take a sip of tea. Oh, shut up. Look at this. On my tea, it says your greatest strength is love. There's a real message here about your heart opening, okay? And you going in a direction that you love, right? Moving forward, getting the answers. Yeah, I just felt like you were waiting for the universe to work for you and you were experimenting with that and how that felt. But now you're like, okay, this is not moving. And I'm going to get this intuitive message. Thank you. I'm going to get this logical message. Thank you. And then you're making an action plan and doing something about it. If things aren't moving, you're not a bystander anymore. You are driving the cart forward and you're cultivating a very good balance between masculine and feminine energy, recognizing ebbs and flows of energy, moving forward deliberately and aggressively at times when you feel the need or guidance, and being very receptive and gentle with your approach at other times. Very beautiful. Let's go a little bit deeper. I'm going to draw an animal spirit guide and some earth magic for you guys. Spirit, there is an animal spirit guide that wants to speak with pile 3. Who is it? Who? You have the raven. Oh, so cool. Do you know what the card represents? Magic. It literally represents magic, you guys. Wow, you know, like the deer is gentle, the eagle is spirit. The raven is magic from the void. Now, I don't usually do this. I want to read this from the book for you guys. Just because I think there's a message in there for you. Look, I've decorated just this page, not others, with stars. Okay, so throughout time, Raven has carried the medicine of magic. This has been true in many cultures across the planet. It is sacred in the medicine ways to honor Raven as the bringer of magic. If the magic is bad medicine, the carrier may be honored out of fear rather than out of respect. Those who fear Raven may do so because they have been dabbling in areas in which they had no knowledge, and a spell may have backfired on them. Rather than analyzing the dark side of sorcery, realize that you will fear Raven only if you need to learn about your inner fears or self-created demons. That very much feels like the Two of Swords moment we talked about. Raven magic, wow, is a powerful medicine that can give you the courage to enter the darkness of the void, which is the home of all that is not yet in form. The void is called the Great Mystery. Great Mystery existed before all other things came into being. A great spirit lives inside the void and emerged from the mystery, the great mystery. Raven is the messenger of the void. You guys, we're going to have to pull a message from the void. If Raven appears in your spread, you're about to experience a change in consciousness. Oh, that makes so much sense. Awareness, and we have the High Priestess and the Magician for you guys. This may involve walking inside the great mystery on another path at the edge of time. Oh, that sounds so cool. It would pretend a signal brought by Raven that says, you have earned the right to see and experience a little more of life's magic. Oh, Raven's color is the color of the void. You guys, I made all that think about all the flowers and prosperity and abundance. There's so much color and vitality coming out for pile 3. Let's see. Sorry, I want to read that again. You have earned the right to see and experience a little more of life's magic. Raven's color is the color of the void, the black hole in space that holds all the energy of the creative source. In native teachings, the color black means many things, but it does not mean evil. Black can mean the seeking of answers. Ha ha ha. The void, or the road of the spiritual or non-physical. The blue-black of Raven consists of an iridescent that speaks of the magic of darkness and a changeability of form and shape that brings an awakening in the process. Raven is the guardian of ceremonial magic and in absentia healing. In any healing circle, Raven is present. Raven guides the magic of healing and the change in consciousness that will bring about a new reality and dispel dis-ease or illness. Raven brings in the new state of wellness from the void of great mystery and the field of plenty. Raven is the messenger that carries all energy flows of ceremonial magic between the ceremony itself and the intended destination. For instance, if a ceremony is being performed to send an energy to a disaster area where people need courage and strength, Raven would be the carrier for that energy flow. The intention could be to allow the people of the devastated area to feel the concern and support of the participants in the ceremony. If you have chosen Raven, magic is in the air. Do not try to figure it out. You cannot. It is the power of the unknown at work, and something special is about to happen. The deeper mystery, however, is how you will respond to the sparkling synchronicity of this alchemic moment. Will you recognize it and use it to further enhance your own growth? Can you accept it as a gift from the Great Spirit, or will you limit the power of the Great Mystery by explaining it away? It may be time to call Raven as a courier to carry an intention, some healing energy, a thought, or a message. Raven is the patron of smoke signals or spirit messages represented by smoke. So if you want to send a message to the Blue Road of Spirit in order to contact the ancients, call Raven, or who knows, the ancients may be calling you. Remember, this magic moment came from the void of darkness, and the challenge is to bring it to light. What? In doing so, you will have honored the magician within. What? This is so weird and synchronistic and crazy and magical. What in the world, you guys? I literally said we're bringing something to light. You have the magician, you have the raven, you have the representation of darkness, the void, the unknown, the secrets, where light doesn't shine. What? That is amazing. So yeah, all of those messages were for you guys. There is a strong message as well about divine knowledge. Sorry, I'm going to pull myself back together. It's just so cool to see so many synchronicities. So something you didn't know, some stale energy is leaving behind. You're about to experience a lot of prosperity like I illustrated, and color, like more interest in life. Things are going to be interesting and exciting, and you're going to feel open. I feel like you have a lot more love in your heart than you had before. Let me stop right here. I'm going to go grab my messages from the void box. Okay, so no messages that jump out I will take. I just want to give this a good shuffle. So I'm going to put all of these back. I used to take the ones that came out, but there are so many now that I got to give it a good shuffle. Okay, so I'm going to reach into the depths of the void spirit. Can we have a message for pile 3, please? Where did you go? Nope, it doesn't feel like you. Put you back. Okay. You have... Do you feel guilty for trusting yourself? Oh, that's creepy and synchronistic. Guilt, doubt. Okay. Do you feel guilty for trusting yourself? Ooh, that's deep, you guys. Wow. Okay, so there's definitely this emergence of self-confidence, okay? Trusting your path, even when results are slow, even when you're moving through the darkness, even when things are not being manifested, okay? This is a spiritual growth and a blossoming of your spiritual compass as well. I made such a stink about the difference between intuition and logic and the fact that you have a foothold on both realms. And for this to come out, do you feel guilty for trusting yourself, really illustrates to me that you guys have been trying to figure out this compass of yours, this intuitive compass of yours, and you want to go in a direction that feels very authentic to who you were, the essence of yourself, and that honors perhaps even a dream of yours as a child. The child to me also represents innocence, and you allowing any experience of your life that was negative to just wash off you like water off a duck's back. And you're not carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders anymore. And as a result, that vibration is high, okay? With an expansion of your heart chakra and you being in a childlike wonder of the world, you have a very, very, very high vibration right now that puts you at the vibration of magic and synchronicity. And something incredible is coming for pile 3. You're going to experience this differently. Each one of you is going to experience this differently. But it's kind of a little bit of a celebration of you trusting yourself. You're leaving behind this idea of guilt. This is a very almost cryptic message. It feels almost a little bit painful. Do you feel guilty for trusting yourself? Wow. It feels like I shined like a really huge spotlight on you guys because I feel it myself too. Yeah, I don't want to scorch anyone here, but I feel like that was very, very important for you guys. There's a lot to look forward to, a lot of prosperity to look forward to, a lot of abundance and synchronicities. And for each of you, there is absolutely this one moment of magic, just pure magic, where something happens, someone finds you, you reveal some truth. There's some just incredible spiritual moment that happens for you as well. Very eye-opening and magical. It inspires you to want to create more, okay? Yeah, you're just able to manifest a lot easier in the coming days in the next cycle. The Raven is here to just show you colors you haven't seen in a while and allow that word colors to be interpreted very loosely. For pile 3, please, can I have some earth magic? Dragonfly with emergence, love to see it. Wind with activation. Wolf with instinct, shush. Do you feel guilty with trusting yourself? Wow, a mountain with strength. Oh my goodness. I love to see this, you guys. Okay, so let's start over here with emergence and activation. You guys are breaking through the surface. You've been, growing something for some of you in the career sense. Under the surface, you're blossoming, right? You've gone through this real period where things were dark or confusing and you just didn't know how to navigate it, but you're figuring out how to do that with a lot more ease. We needed you to pull into your body and to remember who you are in a very spiritual sense. The wolf with instinct, and there's just one lone wolf right there. You feel like sometimes that you're the one odd man out. You're the black sheep of your family, of this earth. You just feel at times that you're just not meant to be here, or you just simply don't like any aspect, that all of the aspects of this life just seem like too harsh or rude or just cruel or clunky. And I feel like for some of you, you're here to kind of like shake that up. But the real message between the mountain that's being illustrated twice here and the wolf is that you're supposed to be able to rely on yourself and your intuitive compass. And whatever you've been going through and experiencing, I'm not gonna narrow it down. There's too many people here. Whatever you've been experiencing, as far as trials and tribulations, it's to build your strength of character. That's why we have the sun coming out. You're realizing who you are in a spiritual sense, in a soul sense, your essence. And once you have that essence, it doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter what you do for work. It doesn't matter where you live in the world. When you have your essence intact, are going to be able to create magic and use magic and recognize magic. So you're not going to be caught up in your head anymore. You're not going to be unsure about where to go. You're going to be able to tune into the portal of your heart and know exactly what is the authentic direction. And that's going to help you narrow and focus yourself to be able to bring down into this existence exactly what you wish to desire, or what you desire. With activation, I'm getting this as a strong link with Raven. Okay, so this moment of magic, it's going to look different for each of you, but this moment of magic is like a catalyst. It's breathing life into something, okay? Something new might take root. You're going to be revealed something. To pull back to the very beginning of your reading, I was getting a strong message about something is coming to light. And that's going to look different for each of you. Your spirit guides want to give you a strong confirmation that you are not needing to feel guilty for trusting yourself. You're allowed to feel very self-confident. You're allowed to just simply know things, right? Claircognizance came out. You're just allowed to know things that other people don't, and you don't need to explain yourself at all times. Sometimes you don't even need to say it out loud. You just need to hold that truth within. You're almost giving me lynx energy, right? If I combined a wolf and a raven, I might get a lynx, especially when we have so many ideas of keeper of secrets. So you guys just have access to universal truth and wisdom, the Akashic records, and just lifetimes of experience. Okay, what a beautiful reading, you guys. I feel like there's a little bit I'm leaving out. Let's just crack this deck. Maybe this is the end of the reading. We'll just see. Sometimes when I am in the channeling state, it's easy to get messages out, but I lose kind of like the connection. The moon, the ace of cups, and a rebirth with death. These are very potent cards, right? Here's that magic with the ace of cups. Here's the moon. Of course, the moon would come out representing illusion or secrets. And now we have the sun and the moon. So some secret coming to light. You're not going to know what it is. It is going to feel incredible. I like that the emotions with the ace of cups, it's very much linked to me with compassion and heart. So, you know, that message on my tea is popping as well. Love is your greatest strength. So I feel like you guys have been through a little bit of a pressure cooker, maybe a spiritual rebirth for some of you, maybe the dark night of a soul, maybe a Saturn return for some of you, but rebirth is heavy. When you have rebirth coming through with Dragonfly and Emergence, you have been doing something on a path, on a specific karmic lesson for a while. It's meant to activate you, right? So I see this essence of your soul right here, and I see you walking around in your human form. You're supposed to at one point have both of these come together. I'm seeing like this is so funny, sorry to be so whatever. I'm seeing the guts of a cicada trying to make it through life. And it's like you got to get inside that hard shell if you're going to be able to stand the test of time. So I feel like you're kind of like activating somehow. And as a result, there are little truths, little magic moments that your spirit guides just wanted to let you know about. All right, you guys. Well, I really hope you enjoyed this reading. Thank you for spending your time with me. If you did enjoy this, please give me a big thumbs up. It helps me go so far in the land of YouTube. I do book private clients. You can find information below to book your own private psychic reading. You also could book a reading much like this, a tarot video reading, audio version or text version as well. All that information in the description box or the pinned comment below. And I hope you have a great rest of your day or night, wherever you are in the world. And until next time, stay divine.